Every 2 minutes, a woman somewhere in the world loses her life to a cancer that is almost entirely preventable. Yet most women have never even been told how to stop it. Today, we're breaking that silence. Welcome to the channel. We are taking a deep and important look at cervical cancer, a disease that continues to affect millions of women around the world. It is serious, it is life-threatening, but more importantly, it is also one of the most preventable forms of cancer in women worldwide. Understanding this disease is not only a matter of knowledge, it is a matter of saving lives. Cervical cancer begins in the cervix, the lower part of the uterus that opens into the vagina. This small, narrow structure plays a crucial role in a woman's reproductive health, yet it is also the site where this cancer develops. What makes cervical cancer unique among many cancers is that it almost never appears suddenly. It does not typically strike without warning. Instead, it grows slowly and silently over many years. The process usually starts with small, early changes in the cells of the cervix. These changes are known as precancerous lesions or cervical intraepithelial neoplasia. At this stage, the body may still repair the cells on its own, or medical treatment can remove or manage the abnormal areas before they ever become cancer. This slow and predictable pattern gives doctors a valuable opportunity for early detection if women get screened on time. One of the most crucial things every woman should know is the root cause of cervical cancer. Research has clearly shown that almost all cases are linked to long-term infection with a virus called HPV, human papillomavirus. HPV is extremely common. In fact, most people will encounter HPV at some point in their lives, often without even knowing it. Many HPV infections cause no symptoms and disappear without treatment. However, certain high-risk types of HPV, particularly types 16 and 18, can persist in the cervix for years. When the immune system cannot clear these infections, they begin to interfere with the normal function of cervical cells. Over time, this can lead to abnormal growth, precancerous changes, and eventually invasive cervical cancer. The encouraging news is this: HPV infection is preventable, and cervical cancer is one of the most preventable cancers ever discovered. Today, we have safe, highly effective HPV vaccines that protect against the most dangerous strains of the virus. These vaccines work best when given before exposure, typically in preteen years, but they also benefit teens and young adults. In countries where HPV vaccination is widely used, researchers have observed remarkable reductions in HPV infections, precancerous lesions, and future cervical cancer rates. This proves that prevention truly works. Another powerful weapon against cervical cancer is routine screening. Pap smears and HPV tests are simple, fast, and incredibly reliable. These tests allow healthcare professionals to detect abnormal cell changes long before they develop into cancer. In fact, with consistent screening and timely treatment, cervical cancer can often be stopped in its earliest stages, sometimes before a woman ever experiences symptoms. This is important because early cervical cancer almost never causes noticeable symptoms. Many women feel completely healthy and may not realize anything is wrong. It is only when the disease becomes more advanced that symptoms appear. These may include abnormal vaginal bleeding, especially between periods or after menopause, bleeding after sexual intercourse, persistent pelvic pain, changes in vaginal discharge, such as unusual color or odor. While these symptoms can be caused by many non-cancerous conditions, they should always be taken seriously and checked by a healthcare provider. Despite the tools and knowledge we have, cervical cancer remains a major global health challenge. In many parts of the world, women lack access to regular screening, HPV vaccination, or even basic health education. Cultural barriers, stigma, limited medical facilities, and misinformation all contribute to late diagnoses and increasing mortality. Many women suffer simply because they were never told how preventable this disease truly is. That is why awareness and education matter so deeply. When women understand how cervical cancer develops, how long it takes to grow, and how easily it can be prevented or treated in its early stages, they gain the power to protect themselves and their families. Educating one woman can influence an entire community. Awareness saves lives every day. In summary, cervical cancer is a disease we have the tools to prevent, detect early, and treat effectively. The combination of HPV vaccination, routine screening, and accurate information gives us the power to dramatically reduce and ultimately eliminate cervical cancer worldwide. Every woman deserves to know this information. Every woman deserves access to prevention. And every woman deserves a chance at a healthy future. Therefore, to every woman listening, I urge you, do not let fear or shyness stand in the way of your health. Your health is precious. Make time for your cervical screening. Get tested today. If this video brought you value, please like, comment, and share. Your engagement helps this important message reach more women who may not know how preventable cervical cancer truly is. And please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss any of our health education videos. Together, we can save lives through awareness, knowledge, and early detection.